if you've not heard me talk about this before, moon water, this is really important to them to use for their spells. You've heard of holy water the Catholic Church uses. Well, these witches use moon water, right? So they charge the water for future cleansing and anointing tools. So I want you to hear counterfeit tonight. I'm not joking you. I just put this together on my phone.
Bullshit.
While I was in worship. Like, I had no idea what we were doing tonight.
Bullshit. She has paper right there.
But obviously God does.
She has paper right
moon water used for charging water for future cleansing or anointing.
One line.
So they just get the water, they put it out and let the moon, charge it, so to speak. Okay, so seasonal focus. They're preparing for Beltane, which is May 1st. How many of you do the Mayflower dance with your kiddos? Dancing around the Mayflower pole? Anybody used to do it? In school, you're taught that, right? And it's an innocent thing. Well, it's really not an innocent thing. So as the halfway point between the spring equinox and summer solstice, April is all about the growing green.
Finish it.
And I'm not going to go into that, but we're going into fire magic.
Oh, you want to go
into that? So we've got fire and water magic. Now, a lot of witches, Wiccans, and pagans will tell you, we're nice, we're good people, we're doing good spells, we're not doing anything wrong. But there is no such thing. Witchcraft is witchcraft in the eyes of the Lord. And so if it says if you can't light a full bonfire, a simple red or green candle ritual works beautifully to honor the returning warmth. Beltane is celebrated on May 1st. It's one of the 4 greater Sabbaths when it comes to pagan rituals. And it marks the peak of spring, but it's not just that, guys. It is actually the opposite of it. It's the inside out of Halloween.
Halloween's a Christian holiday. Stupid.
Only right now it's done in April versus October. And this is where the thin veil, much like Samhain, the veil between the worlds is considered thin at Beltane. And though it's fairies or it's fae rather than spirits who are most active during this time. About the growing green. And I'm not going to go into that, but we're going into fire.
No, it's funny. A lot of churches tell people when it's time to worship to put up their phones. It's on a big screen that they have in churches. But it's funny how you used yours, actually used God to make up being on your phone. Because your whole sermon was right there on paper. It wasn't on the phone. Funny how God works that way. Let's continue. You're supposed to be worshiping Jesus, not being on your phone. And I was always taught, from my pastor always saying, God speaks to preachers on pulpits, not on the media. All right. So you were talking about Halloween. Let's get to the big part here, because you've mistaken. Halloween is not a witch's day. It is a Christian day. Yeah, I think you need to research. Let's go. Okay, let's see. Here we are. Halloween is a shortened version of All Hallows Eve. It was established by a Catholic Church as a holy visual to prepare for All Saints' Day. How can you take a Christian holiday and make it so evil? But yet you take what's pagan holidays, Christmas, Easter, St. Patrick's, all of them, that's pagan holiday, and make it into something so good that you're against the pagans and the witches. How is that make sense? Look it up. Christmas is Yule, which is a pagan holiday. I highly suggest that you look up Valentine's Day. That will really shock you, because that is literally a pagan holiday of Lupercalia. But we won't continue with that. But I actually want you to look up Zoroastrianism, because your religion came from a lot of that. Okay? Just saying. But when you're talking about witches, let's get to the witches. No. Let's go to the maypole. When you're talking about maypole, how you said that maypole is not a good thing, and it was talking about the Green Day and stuff. Why didn't you finish that? Why didn't you finish that? Why didn't you finish that? Now you went right into Beltane, thinking we're doing evil things and we had to have things perfect. Honey, in witchcraft, nothing is perfect, just like Christianity. Nothing's perfect about that either. Yeah, you fucked up all the way around. Okay? So, no, you don't have to have the perfect candle and the perfect bonfire to honor the gods. It's you. Your energy, your intentions that the gods want. You know, let's continue. You're talking about witches, Wiccans, pagans are evil. Well, pretty much you said you think they're nice people, huh? Only, we're really nice until we call you out on your bullshit. We're really sweet people. Because we were before your religion. Yeah. Our past were before your religion was ever made. And you do our holidays, so that just kind of just... You technically are witches, pagans yourselves, because you religiously celebrate our holidays. Just not knowing it. Okay, I advise you just dive deep into research. You know, it is on your phone. Yeah, you can use your phone on that one. So, and it's funny because Jesus, this just cracks me up. You're talking about Jesus and witchcraft when Jesus showed he was among sinners, not Christians. He was among sinners. He was among people that witches, LGBTQ, all the communities of gay, lesbian, and all of them that were on that hillside of sin that was watching this one man preaching about his Father. He loved them more. He was among witches because he loved us. As you're spreading hate, Jesus is spreading love. Your hate does not mix with his love, honey. So, it's just as shocking how you mistrue everything. Literally. Instead of being on your phone, I advise you to worship your Jesus. Because to me, there's two different Jesuses now. Your Jesus that judges people wrongfully and hatefully is a Jesus I will never worship. But the Jesus that the witches know that kind of Jesus was on the hillside along with us. We were outcast by you guys. And so was Jesus. Think about that.